or the venue's bigger. You know what I mean? Like if you play, like we play, like at the Showcase Theater, we play over here at what used to be called Public Storage in Anaheim, but now it's called Chain Reaction. It's a smaller venue, and I think they pack like 300 people there, and that's like maximum capacity 350 or something like that. But then when you play it, but it's small, you know what I mean? Which is nice. I mean, it's intimate, with your fans, everybody's there. It's nice. I mean, and it's so small that it makes it look packed, 300 people. And then the Glass House in those type of places were like 1,000 people. And so, yeah, that was like top of the mark for our band, or for Backside. It was like, that was like the top of the mark, was like those type of venues, We didn't play in San Diego that often. I think there's one. It's funny because there's like one show on YouTube for one song where we played in San Diego that I walked across on. I wish there was more of a show on there. There's only one song, but that was like where we played. I can't remember the name of it though. And the funny thing too is that the band, or at least when I was in the band, we didn't really play LA much either. We played the Roxy, but I mean, we didn't do as well there as we did in obviously in Corona Showcase. We did the best there. But yeah, I mean, that was we did a lot of recreational places and parks and stuff like that. And sometimes we play like in record shops, record stores, and stuff like that. And then we played in Cahoots, the Riverside, I remember. And
what did you ever do, like the House of Blues or anything like that?
Yeah, we played the House of Blues once in Anaheim.
Which one? Oh, by Disneyland, or is that a new one?
No, the one. Well, I mean, the original. Like we played there like 17 years ago, so it's like it was just. I think it was new, but it was like just new back then, and we played there. So I played that stage one time, the House of Blues in Anaheim, and yeah, it's funny you brought that up because I forgot I forgot about that. Yeah, that was yeah, that was interesting to play because it was a different setup. It was, we played a lot. We played in Ventura too.
And this is all with your band at the time, Backside.
Actually, the Ventura was with Trench. I don't think we played at the Ventura too with Backside. I'm trying to think of. We played a lot of Showcase Theater shows, man. We had so many shows there. That was like our home court.
I would really love if any of our listeners ever remember going and seeing a Trench or Backside. Were you where were you mostly touring? California's or just everywhere?
Well, I mean, we did we did the US like all 3 times that we toured, but one of the tours we went up to Canada. So it's like we went up north to play a show at San Francisco, then we played at Portland. We played a show at Portland where Everclear practices, the band Everclear. And then Seattle, and then we crossed the border on to Vancouver. And then we played, I don't know, we played Winnipeg, and we went all across to Toronto and on to Ottawa, and then we went to Montreal, Toronto, and then we went all the way down to Quebec City, and then came back to the U.S. through Vermont.
Nice.
And then went down and played like Boston, and then came back that way. Went down south and then came back west and played shows all around. So we went like this huge circle. And let me tell you, I mean, I remember we played in Canada. When we played in Canada, to go back to Canada, we played in Winnipeg. I think it was Winnipeg. And then our next show was in this place called Gulf. And I remember we had like 2 days off, so it's like, oh, cool, we get 2 days to relax. So we drove. And this is back when you don't have like your cell phone and all that, GPS, you know what I mean? You have a Thomas guide. What do you call?
So MapQuest? Do you have MapQuest or just those,
no.
the road atlas?
No, you had the Thomas guy. We had a big old thick book.
Yep.
So we played. So we got 2 days off, and I remember we were like we started driving, and I'm not kidding you, man. It took 27 hours to get to the next place of driving.
As a person who loves road trips, that sounds fun, but yet it sounds very tiring.
we went up the Great Lakes, and
Mm-hmm.
there was so many lakes up there, man. If you're a fisherman, oh my god, you're in heaven. Um, lakes and lily pads and all this stuff. And we went all to the north and went to Thunder Bay and we finally got to golf after 27 hours. I could not believe how long we had to drive. It was such a long drive. So when we do like 5 hours or 4 hour drive, that's like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's like it starts to become nothing. But anyways, we came around, and then that was one tour, and then we did like another tour. I can't remember. I have my little itinerary like badge thing like that we used to use for backstage. I still have it. It has our logo with the Voodoo Glow Skulls and all that. And it's somewhere. I don't know where it's misplaced it, but it's somewhere in this house. And so we did, I think, like 3 tours with them, and then they did a Mexico tour. But I couldn't go because I had a job. I ended up getting a job working in a mortgage business, and then they were like, "Okay, we're going to do a Mexico tour, a whole month, just Mexico, like for a month, like all over, like just playing everywhere, like staying at people's houses." And that's another thing I forgot to mention. When we toured, I mean, we stayed at people's houses most of the time. We didn't get rooms. We did every once in a while, but most of the time we would just whoever we met. We would just try to find out some place we could stay at their house and take a shower, and so we were just staying at people's houses that we just met. And that's how we did it on tour. We saved money that way, and it worked out pretty well actually. It worked out pretty good, especially when you're young. It works out. So but anyways, the Mexico tour, yeah, I didn't do that one, and it was like a whole month, and I couldn't do it. I was like, I'm not gonna quit. I didn't want to quit my job. To leave for a month and then be jobless when I got back. I was just like, eh. So that was it. That was pretty much the end of the touring.
And that's when Joey entered adulting.
I started doing the 9 to 5 thing, like, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, like, should I went? It would have been an experience, but
You can never.
Whatever. What happened happened.
Yeah, you can never think life like that. But hey, man, at least you have some cool stories to tell. And with that being said,